Lovely people, how are you doing today? I hope that you are rising, feeling great. I hope that. If not, then I hope you get there. I hope you affirm that in your mind and your mentality to make sure that your life is, it's important to you. You live the best way that you can. Now look, I just want to really address today because I know that I was going to do this last year and I feel really bad that I didn't in some ways. And maybe I did start a video and then I didn't send it out because I get like that. I get shy sometimes about sending things out and like, oh, did I just do that? But it's not about me. I've got to let that go. Not all about me. It's about other people as well. And so like, what I really want to do today is just touch somebody in their soul. They might be going down a little bit and feeling like they want to give up. And I just want to rise you up out of all of that. And, just know that in the month of November, also in October as well, because we had a recent incident the other day where a girl threw herself into the A2. And I just want to prevent anyone who feels so down and depressed or whatever it is you're feeling, stress, to really think to yourself, like, not even think, I want you to feel your value. I want you to know that you are worthy and somebody out there does love you, including yourself. And sometimes just loving yourself isn't enough. You need other people's approval and you need that to be shown. And sometimes that mechanism, that collectiveness is not out there. Some people just, are too worried about their own lives, and people are under so much pressure as well at the end of the day. They're like, there's an arrogancy out here in the air. I feel it. Like, people don't want to apologize when they're wrong. They are arrogant. They're always looking at other people's mistakes rather than themselves. And it just builds up this tension in the air. There's so much stuff going on, and there's things out of your control that you can't control. There's things that you want you can't have, and so all of these things, sometimes they build up within the body, in the system, and, we want to value and all the tension that you're building up inside and everything. There's got to be a point that you release it as soon as, because when it gets too much, people, yourself, myself, you start to numb and maybe self-medicate, and alcohol and sometimes weed and all of these things help to suppress some of these feelings, or it feels like it's releasing. It can help if you do it in the right way. You go out, you're dancing, and you may be doing some of those things at the same time, but with the intention that you're going to get better, that you're coming out of this situation, out of this stuff, out of this suffering. You have to have that intention, even if it's so small, a voice or a sight, a picture, or a hearing or something. Yeah, you have to have the intention that you're going to get out of it, all right, and not give up. This month, next month, I'm so concerned about this month, because what my message is, well, not just my message, but what I've come to conclude is that some people can't manage this time of the year because they haven't got what they wanted by the end of the year. They build up so much pressure from January downwards, like making all these promises to themselves. And, you've got people on the internet saying, you can do this in a year. And sometimes you don't feel like you've got the capability and you're trying, but some things are just not going where you want it to go. So then by the end of the year comes now and you're not feeling so great. And then there's Christmas. This Christmas, Christmas, where the fat man and his belly basically reaps off of all your money. And people feel so stressed that they need to run to the stores and buy their children, themselves, other people, their partners, friends, gifts. Yeah? And all of this sometimes just leads to more stress, or having to commit yourself to something or someone. And these things just cause more stress, where somebody wants so much more from you and you can't handle it. Or even if you want to be committed with someone and they don't want to be committed with you, or vice versa, And so it builds up this tension, and sometimes we just got to let go. We just got to breathe and let things be the way that they are to a degree. I'm not saying that you should be accepting things like abuse or anything, no way that should be normal. But within yourself, what's so important is your breath, to breathe through the chaos, to breathe through the things that are holding us, that's making us feel like we ain't worthy of anything, or there's just no point, or comparing yourself to the images that you're seeing around you and thinking that you are nowhere as good as that, even though you want it. So you want something that you can't necessarily have at the time, and you're building up this pressure on yourself. So guys, I just want to let you know that you are more worth than gold. Your blood, your system, your anatomy, everything around you is so much worth more than these material things that come and go. Some of these things come easy to people, and some of these things don't. Some people are exposed to things that are just so accessible to them because they were around certain things. So don't feel bad that you can't have it, because it's just life. Some people have connections. You want a connection, try your best to make that connection. Yeah, if you really want to make that connection. But if not, then you're going to need to find another way to ease those stresses. Yeah, go out for a walk. Really connect with yourself. It's so important. And understand your yin yang. Understand your shadow. Understand the things that triggers you off at times, and say, okay, how can I defeat this mechanism? How can I make this a better thing for me? Yeah? How can I overcome? You know a pavement, and there's a particular pavement on the road, and you always catch yourself tripping over it sometimes. And what do you do to avoid it? You remember and you go around it, or you step on it rather than before it and trip. Simple little ideas and analogies that will help you to overcome your fears, your doubts, whatever it is. These things are unreal. They're not real. And a lot of it is in your mind. It's the chatter, and it's where you take yourself. Where your mind goes, your body will follow. Please, look after yourself. Love yourself enough. I'm saying this to you, but also saying this to myself as well. Yeah, that is so important that we do that, because especially living in the city, such a rushy combustion, even in the country where there's country lines and all this other stuff going on. But I just know that in the city it's so busy, and attitudes are so bad sometimes that people forget themselves, their humanity, because technology, digital, doesn't have patience, doesn't have emotions. It just has straight up, get to the point. And when you're brought up with some levels of emotions and these emotions ain't being addressed, then it can cause stress, because you feel, there's no attention, and everyone's just looking for some level of love and attention. And we need to know that we need to love ourselves enough that we don't need it, but love ourselves enough to accept it as well, and positive attention. So let's try and work through this, people, please. If you put some comments down below, there'll be somebody that will have, some good ideas and some mechanisms. Guys, put your comments down below and see if you can help somebody else out. Yeah? Anyway, it's all a blessing, it's all love, and it's all gonna get there. It's all gonna happen. We're all gonna make it right. Okay? Love, joy, happiness, peace, and mercy. I just wanted to get this off my chest and keep it short and sweet. There's so much in depth I want to say, but the main thing is just through the chaos, you're breathing that breath. Carry with that breath love, the joy, the happiness, the peace, the growth, and sanctuary, and loving yourself as much as you can. Yeah? Thank you for listening. This is 4wdnup, creatively. You know what to do. Share, subscribe, like if you like. Yeah? Just keep moving. Alright? Love, joy, happiness, peace, and mercy. 4wdnup.